guys, and welcome back to a new tutorial from me. I am Artinvader, a digital artist from Berlin. And you already maybe know me from my social media channels. If you don't want to miss any news, follow me on Instagram or TikTok. You find the link in the caption. And today we will create this mesmerizing Retrowave retro animation, and yeah, you will learn the most important things about loop animation and about retro animation design. It's really easy and it's not so difficult as it looks like. And yeah, let's start.
The 3D objects.
Right, let's start with the tutorial. First we delete the light, the cube and the camera with the X key. And today we will work with 3D models out of the internet. And I used all models from the website cgtrader.com. I used this car, this buildings, this guardrail and this street lamp. I will link you all files in the caption. And in the meantime we will build our scene, because with the other files inside sometimes it's really slow. So let's start with the basics of our city with the street. And for this we need a plane. And here under the transform tag we transform the whole plane to a street. And it is maybe good if you use the same values as me, because we will loop the whole animation so you will have issues later. And yeah, let's start. I changed the location of the plane by this value and I scaled it up by this value. Now we have a perfect street. Now we create our stripes on the street, and for this we need also a plane. And here we change the Y location to -9 and the scale to the following values. Something like this. In the next step we choose go under the modifier and choose the array modifier. And here we change the count to 50 and here to 0, 2 and 0. Now we have our stripes. And in the next step we will import our first 3D object, and this is the guardrail. And for this you have to go under File, Import and then the file format that you downloaded. In this case it's a STL file. Import it, and now it's here inside. And in the first step we go to set origin and set origin to center of mass. That we have it here perfectly in the center, and then we can change easier the location. Now we change the position to the following values. And we also change the scale in all axes by 0.3. So now it fits perfectly. Or maybe not. Make it a little bit higher. I don't know. It never works if you have the same values. I don't know. But here also the stripes, put it a little bit higher. In this case you don't see them. Sorry. Now we use here also the array modifier. But first we rename the layer here. And the other layers also. We will have a lot of layers here later on. Okay, back to the guardrail. Here we go under modifier and insert again an array modifier. Here we change the count to 54 and here 0 and factor y to 1. Perfect. Now we duplicate it. Change the location x value to a positive value, that it's perfectly on the other side. Then we rotate it by 180 degrees in the Z rotation. And we change the value here under the array to -1, that it goes in the other direction. Perfect! Now we have our symmetrical street. Now we insert our lamps, and for this we go again to the import. And in this case it's a FBX file. And import it. Okay, now it's here. Here you can delete the down cube. This we don't need. Rename it to lamp. And now we change our location to the following values. to the location of this. Now we change the rotation. We rotate it in the z-axis by 180 degrees. And now we change the scale to 0.4 in all axes. Like this. Now we use here also the array modifier. By count we choose 64, factor x is 0, and factor y is minus 100. Now we create the lamp offset. For this, copy and paste it, and change the location to the following values. And here change also the rotation back to 0, like this. Now we go again to the array modifier of the second lamp, and here we change the value to 100. And now we have our perfect lamps here. In the next step we import our buildings. In this case it's a OBJ file. Here we go. Here you can delete the area light. And here this camera you can also delete. Now you can select here all layers that you have all buildings and join them. This model is perfect because here is space for a street, so we don't have to do more. We have only to change the location to the following values. Something like this. Then rotate it in the z-axis by 90 degrees and scale it up in the z-axis to 1.4. Perfect! Here we also use what is the price, the array modifier, and here we only increase the count by 30. So that looks good. Now we insert a plane as our sky later on. This is an image here. And for the plane we need the following location values, somewhere there. And we change the scale to the following values. And we also rotate it by 75 in the x-axis. Okay, the plane is really big, but yeah. Okay, in the next step we insert our sun, and this is a sphere. Change the position to the following values, and change the scale values to these values. Select the sphere and choose shade smooth. Now it looks really big, but we will work with the camera perspective that it have this design like my animation here. Don't worry. And in the end we insert the car. And the car is a FBX file. Here. Import it. And here it is. Okay, here's the car. And you have all layers selected. You can go directly and join it. Okay, it's not possible. I don't know why. So now create a new collection and import again the file, because the car is out of so many things. It's so horrible to find out which part is car, and yeah, so you don't get confused. Alright, and now you have everything here inside of the collection. So if not, then we don't join it. Rotate it by 90 degrees. Something like this. Go here to the axis cross. Make the buildings not visible. And rename it. Okay, I found it here. And now the car, because it's not on the street, it's flying. You have to put it a little bit down. Ah, now it starts. That's the reason why I wanted to join it. Okay. And make one guardrail invisible that you can see. Okay, here's the street. Perfect. Now it fits. Yeah. Okay, we are ready with our 3D scene. You want my whole project files? You can get it. Become an Artinvader on Patreon, and there you have the possibility to access this and more than 30 other projects that we already created together. And yeah, in this case, thank you so much for all people that already support me there. I'm really happy about the whole positive feedback that I get from you. No, for real, thank you so much, guys. And now we came to
The materials.
Okay, welcome back. Now we came to the materials and I inserted already a camera. And when you hit the icon, you are then here inside. These are my location values. And I changed the format to 1080 to 1920. It's a reel or Instagram story format or a TikTok, however you want to use it. And yeah, choose the camera, go under this camera icon, and here under focal length you can change the view. And now you see, okay, the sun is not so big, so it fits perfectly in the scene. And this format is really good for slim formats, yeah, that you can see more to the left and to the right, and it looks better than the straight view camera. Okay, then change here to the viewport shading. And I already created the materials, but I will explain you step by step what I did. And it's really not complicated, as you can see. But a really important part is go under the camera, and we work with the Eevee renderer. But it's important that you put a check mark to ambient inclusion to get shadows everywhere. These are my values. Also, the bloom value is important. These are my values. And really important is also the screen space reflection to get everywhere reflections in the 3D objects. And here's important the check mark, and these are also my values. Okay, so now we start with the materials. Go to the upper left corner until a plus appears. Drag it to the side. Change here again viewport shading 4. Or however it calls. And here we change to shader editor. And now I show you the materials. First we start with the buildings. I changed here the color to a purple. I increased the metallic to 1, the roughness to something over 0.1. And here under strength, I choose a pink, and I change the strength by emission that the buildings also glow a little bit. And that's it. Now we came to the car. I join it. And when you join it, you have here all necessary materials. But I only changed the glass material of the window. It is something like this. It's the principal BSDF with the metallic and roughness value. I everywhere only increased the metallic and roughness value and played around with the roughness that you can see that here are different parts in the car. So I don't go to every single thing in the car. And the important thing are the lights. Here I also increased the metallic and the roughness value, and under emission that it glows I choose the orange, and the strength is 12. Alright. The guardrail, I changed the color to a gray, that it's a little bit darker, and the metallic to 1. That's it. And now we came to the lamp. It's the same like the rail, metallic 1, it's a gray. And this normal map, it automatically appears here when you import the file. So I don't put it here inside, but I left it here. And under lamp, when you go on the material, you have also a second material. And this is the light part here. Here I changed again the color, and the strength here is really strong because I want, when the animation is, that here's the glow effect. So I changed it to a high value that every time when the car is under a lamp you can see it. Here's the same. Now we came to the sky, and the sky is an image texture. I put the image of clouds here inside. Here I changed the rotation a little bit that it looks better, and here you need texture coordinates to vector that you can see the image. Oh, this thing you don't need. I was testing some stuff. And here I also searched for hue saturation. Here I increased the saturation of the sky to 2. And that's it. Connected with the base color. Roughness I set to 1. And that's it. Now we came to the glossy street. It's also the same like the rail. I think I changed a little bit the roughness, that here are small reflections on the street. Now we came to the street stripes. It's also the same material. But here I changed the emission value to orange and increased the strength to 9. And in the end, the sun. As you can see, the sun is around a little bit dark orange and in the center brighter. And I created with the sheen. Here I played with the values. Here I put a darker or a stronger orange for the out part of the sun. And then the emission is the orange and 11.3. I also put the metallic the inside. I don't know why. I played around and then it fits. And the base color is a black color. And yeah. That's new! Do you want to know how I edit my animations? Press the button Become a Member and find it out. I show you how to take your animations to the next level with effects and color adjustments in just a few minutes and with a free software. And in the future you will also get access as a member to add-on videos and to the corresponding project files. This new video is now available for you. Of course, there I also explain you how you can edit your animation with the free software. Thank you for the coffee, guys. And now we came to
The animation.
We came to the last part, the animation. And for this, we have to animate one time the car, but also the camera. And for this, we need first an empty cube. And now we select the camera, the car, and the empty. Press Shift P, Command P, and choose Object Keep Transform. Okay, and when we change now the value, the camera is with the car driving. And now we animate it. Change the animation duration to 150 frames. That are 5 seconds. Put the animation slider to the beginning of the animation and insert a keyframe in the beginning. And as you can see, the camera is yet now a child of the car. So that's the reason why they are connected. And here I already found the right value. It's this one, this. And here replace the thing, but it's like this. And the good thing is, your orientation is the light spot in the beginning and here also. Okay, this part is animated, but as you can see, the sun going bigger and bigger, and this we don't want for a loop. So select the sun and the sky, insert a keyframe for both, go with the animation slider to the end of the animation, and we know that we change the position around 65 meters. So you can type here inside plus 65. Then you get your new value here and the keyframe is set. But as you can see, it's only the sky. Okay, we have to repeat it for the sun. Insert here a keyframe, put it in the end. Right here again, plus 65. Now we have your new thing. Replace the keyframe, and now the sun is all the time on the same spot, as you can see. Now you can also see that the camera is shaking, and for this we have to go to the camera. You find it now under the car here, and insert the keyframe and change all the time the rotation by 1. Here 1, here maybe -1. Here 75, and so on, like this. And it's important in the end and in the beginning have to be the same value. So 7400, 7400, perfect. Okay, now we want that the whole animation is linear. For this you change here to the graph editor, and here you can select all layers. Now you can select all points. Then you go to Key, Interpolation Mode, and Linear. Now everything is linear, and in the same speed. And it's now a perfect loop animation. That's it. Well done, Artinvaders. If you want to support me, subscribe to the channel or follow me on Instagram or TikTok. There you can also tag me at Artinvader and I will repost as a thank you your artwork in my stories. So, by the way, you like this video? Show it with a like or a comment. Alright, see you in the next week.